that. And just get things sorted out again here. Right. That's me now. Right, so first I'll have to choose my race and gender. So I do want to be more one of the not human types. So probably either a Lalafell or a Mikote, if I'm pronouncing those right. So, my clan. So Seekers of the Sun, I say it's not very clear there. And my phone isn't playing at the minute for some reason. Sorry about this. Yeah, so it's not too clear there with the blue on the green background. Why? Right. I don't know, my phone is playing up at the minute for some reason. So right, yeah, so it's there, but it's not actually right. Why are you not? Sorry about this. But my phone doesn't seem to want to. Ah, there it is now. Right. So maybe finally be able to get started on this. While I get this sorted out. Right, finally. Right, so yeah, because the blue on green background isn't a very great decision, especially when some of it's looking at blue as well. So yeah, Seekers of the Sun are self-proclaimed Seekers of the Sun are the diurnal clan of the Mikote race. Their preference for the warm light of day pervades all aspects of their culture, as is apparent in their devout reference for Azima, the warden, keeper of the sun, and goddess of inquiry. They are perhaps known best for their striking eyes, the result of their vertically aligned pupils and faintly coloured irises. It is also not uncommon for their eyes to be disparately coloured from birth, a trait considered auspicious among their kind. Seeker tribes can be found throughout Eorzea, with large concentrations appearing near Limsa Lominsa, and the Sagor Desert. Right, Keepers of the Moon are the nocturnal. Among the Makote have dubbed themselves the Keepers of the Moon, shying away from the garish light of the day. They revel in the shroud of night, most offering their piety to Menfina, the lover goddess of the moon. They are distinguishable from their diurnal cousins by their darker fur, larger ears, rounder eyes, and more pronounced canines, and longer, skinnier tails. The ritual application of war paint to their face is still regularly practiced, and it's believed to be the vivid colours grant lunar powers. After a great many summers conflict with the people of Gridania, the Keepers have finally made amends with the people of the Sylvan city-state, with some even choosing to make their homes there. So it's really just the starting attributes. So for the Keepers of the Moon, strength is 19, dex 22, vitality 18, intelligence 21, and mind 23. Whereas for Keepers of the Sun, strength 22, dex 23, vitality 28, intelligence and mind 19. So I'll probably go for a Secret of the Sun, just because it's got slightly higher dex. I say I don't want to go into the spellcasting side of things. Right, so height. I'll go for about my actual height. Tail shape. Yeah, I prefer this one. Go with that face. I'm happy with the skin colour as it is. Alright, if you stop moving around so I can actually look at the hairstyles. That. Yeah, go with type 2. doesn't help with him doing that all the time. Yeah, just... yeah, go with that. For type 2. Sorry about that, just had to cough there. I'll save it to slot 2, because I do have that. No effect on gameplay. Right. Right, so patron deity again has no effect on the gameplay. So Helen is mover of graces and goddess of war, garden deity of Ishgard. Manfrina is the goddess of love. Thaliak is ruler of rhythm and wisdom and god of knowledge. Nymea is the watcher of celestial bodies and goddess of fate. I wonder if that's supposed to be pronounced with Welsh. If it is, it's kind of like a cl sound at the start. But I'll say Limelian or Lane, just from if it's not supposed to be Welsh. But watcher of the seas and goddess of navigation. Oshon is ruler of mountains and god of travellers and vagrants. And Biogot is purveyor of architecture and industry and god of the arts. Ralga, breaker of worlds, god of destruction. Azima is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. Naldthal is the overseer of the underworld and god of commerce. Novika is tenderer of swords and harvests and goddess of abundance. And Althik is the survivor of change in space and god of time. Right, I'll go with Oshon. I see. I forgot how early this came out. So the time that what there would have been 2011ish that Final Fantasy IV first came out. So you got like tank healer or DPS rather than actually a class. So I'm gonna be DPS. Because that's the kind my gameplay is always DPS, as you saw with my Dark Souls 3 playthroughs. So right, so Puja pugilist is hand-to-hand combat. Aimed at mastering the traditional techniques of hand-to-hand combat, though they command formidable power when unarmed. They want to use metal, leather and bone weaponry to maximise their destructive potential. The preference for fighting close quarters makes negotiating distances absolutely necessary. So this is why many pugilists are quick to learn that lightweight gear, allowing for maximum agility, ensures better success in battle, and does come some plate or chain. Corresponding jump is monk. Don't want to be a lancer. Yeah, archer. I don't want to be back. I want to be up close. Pugilist, and then there's like thaumaturge. So that's mage and arcanist. Again, it's kind of a mage type one. So pugilist sounds kind of more my style of play. Yeah, just go to alpha. Nope. Right. I'm never good at coming up with names for characters. Yep, that's okay. Yes, I have played a little bit before. And again, it's taking me back to menu where you can't actually see me. And there's 25 players in the queue to get in. Alright, I seem to be getting in now. So I will have to remember this for next time to actually go into the game first. Yeah, so I haven't played too much, so I've got one character up to level 10 and that's it. Yeah, and I think I did play it a little bit when it first came out, but again, there would have been a couple of hours at most.
Here. Here. Feel.
really don't remember this cutscene at the beginning of the game. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of experience with it, but not much. So a lot of things are going to be completely new to me, and those aren't. I'm probably not going to remember because it will have been ages ago that I got that character up to level 10. Unless when it first came out, I played it for maybe a couple of hours as well. And it is early enough that you're not going to get any, or if you do get any voice acting in it, it's not going to be a lot. And to be honest, if they've not got voice acting here at the start of the game, when there's no divergence of what this character is saying to you, there's probably not going to be any voice acting throughout the game. Which I'm surprised at, because this would have been after Final Fantasy X. Oh, it would have been after 12 and 13 as well, but... So you'd have thought they would have got some voice acting in, especially there, where that's all that character says at that point. And it's not as if Final Fantasy isn't a large enough, especially at this time, a large enough title that they could afford voice actors. So these guys are here to search the carriage. That's why they've stopped us, these soldiers. So yeah, I'm guessing there's something in there, because the grizzled passenger that was talking to us at the beginning is trying to tell them that there's nothing there, that he's just a peddler. He took that off of his belt. Right, that's us going into a fight, it looks as though. Oh, maybe not. Ah, that's people coming in from the outside. Right, so the captain's now telling us just to go, so these are maybe bandits. Yeah, so it's just him telling us about the bronze blades, or brass blades. So this is Brent. So he's a peddler. Yeah, and we're a new adventurer. So he's asking us what first attracted us to adventuring. So the options are: we've got to gain power, to win glory, to amass a fortune, or just stay silent. I assume those three dots are. So out of those three, I'd say to win glory is probably the better option of where I'm going to be going to. So they've gone to the extent of animating the mouse to show that they're speaking. But I haven't got any. I'll have to go back and check to see when this was, because I'm sure there would have been some voice acting, at least in MMOs, by the time Final Fantasy XIV came out. So he's just telling us that if you take on the tasks that the folk or other people won't, you'll win yourself fame that money can't buy. So I have to report to the Adventurers Guild when I arrive in town, and I'll find out everything I need to know there. So just telling us to make sure that we stay alive, because we won't get any fame if we're dead. And asking us if this is our first trip to Ul'dah. Yeah, so I'm going to say yes. So I'm assuming that's deciding whether it's going to be a tutorial when we go in or not. Alright, so he's just going to tell us about the ins and outs of Ul'dah. Right, so it's ruled by a Sultana, which is, if I'm remembering rightly, a female sultan. But it's the syndicate that holds the power, really. Yeah. So he's saying them and their monetarist cronies would happily get rid of Her Grace altogether. So yeah, female sultan. But that won't happen while she still commands the loyalty of the royalists. And the royalists are nothing if not loyal. And they fought for a long time over power, and there's no sign of it stopping. And then you've got the Lizardmen. They couldn't care less about Ul'dah politics. They've got their own interests, and they'll use force to serve them. Saying that the war's a gift to peddlers. And he agrees with that sentiment. Right, looks as though we're just getting in to Ul'dah here. So at the minute,
deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises. A solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ul'dah.
So why couldn't they have had that first character?
Even with the coming of the 7th Umbral Era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis.
So why couldn't they
As
have
the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. A new era of prosperity for the realm.
So why couldn't they have had Brant voiced? If they can have the voice-over voiced. So Brent is going to be where we're parting ways. He's off to the markets to deliver his wares, and he's onto the high road. And he's giving us a gift. So he's saying that we never told him our name, but he's got an idea. So he's just saying to become the sort of storied personage that he can brag about having met. And he'll consider us square for giving us the gift that he's just given us, that we don't know what it is yet.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Yeah, that's the intro. And we're getting the kind of classic Final Fantasy music throughout so far at the minute. So I do like that rather simple kind of, not necessarily an overture, but that incidental music, that's the word I was looking for, that we have. Yeah, it does look as though it's a rather big city here. So that's somebody shouting to us. Right, he does look very much as though some of the characters in Final Fantasy XV, the way he's dressed. So this is Wymond. And he's a peddler of information, probably, because he's saying that his business is known everyone else's. So he's going to give us some advice. Right, so welcome to Alda, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanalan. Select the control scheme that I want to use. So I've got a controller because I'm playing on the PS4. So I'm assuming it's mainly set up for mouse and keyboard. Yeah, that's showing me an Xbox controller. I'm on the PlayStation. So for me, circle is cancel. X is select nearest target, confirm. Square is display map subcommands, and triangle is jump, interrupt casting. So I assume it will be the left hand side of the square button in the middle. That's oh, come on. That'll be go back. Maybe the right, that'll be going to the main menu. So L1 is turn on, off, auto run. R1 is cycle through hotbars. L2 is readying the hotbar when it's held. So is R2. So there's nothing assigned to R3 and L3 then. And pad button select. I think my camera is in the way of. So pad button says select. Right. I'll figure it out. But yeah. So non-player characters or NPCs can offer quests, and they're recognised by the exclamation mark, so it's pretty standard for MMOs. To bring up the quest window, speak with the NPC by first targeting, which I've already done, and then pressing the confirm button. So accepting quests. So once I've initiated a quest, a prompt will appear detailing its objectives and the rewards. So press the accept button in the lower left to add the quest to the list of current duties. So coming to Aldar is Aldar. I'm going to pronounce that wrong every time I say it. Is the quest title. So Wyman's telling us that to be recognised as an adventurer in the city-state of Aldar, we must register with the Adventurers Guild, which we were going to do anyway. So I'm just accepting that. Yeah, was it just a case of trying to cut down on the money that they didn't have any of these characters voiced and they've just got a voiceover? Right. So he's just telling us that we look like a newbie. So we want to head over to Quicksand and speak with Momodi. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild and can get us set up on the right path. So just go over and pass through the double doors and we'll find them inside. And that's all the information we'll get for free from Wyman. I'm assuming we'll have to pay him to do any more or get any more information. Alright, so use the duty list to help with complete your task. So upon accepting the quest, the current objectives will appear under the quest title in the duty list on the right side of the screen. Alright, yes, I've got Speak with Momodo in blue. Probably, you may be able to see it a little bit better there. So Speak with Momodo with the arrow to the right of it, underneath coming to Aldar with the green check mark there. So underneath the mini-map on the in the right hand corner. So yeah, the current objective will appear under the quest title in the duty list on the right hand side of the screen. A maximum of 5 quests will be displayed at once. And then selecting the title will open the quest in your journal, allowing you to review objectives and rewards. Okay. So just telling us that if we're looking to mingle with people from all over, then the Quicksand is the place for us. So it's, as always, it's at an inn or a pub. So Momodi, I was going to say Momodil there, but Momodi is who we're looking for. And they are all the way across here. So the pop-up that's come up there is complete a quest by speaking to the embassy with a check mark. Completing quests will earn you a variety of rewards for items and gil. So gil is the currency in Final Fantasy games. 2 experience points. So close. So she is asking us who we are. And telling us that if we come to join the Adventurers Guild, we've come to the right place. And that she's Momoda and she owns the Quicksand. And she manages the Adventurers Guild here in Alder. So she looks after new adventurers. And she's saying that that's lucky for us because she would end up in the middle of nowhere, copper and business we don't understand. Right, so she's telling us that they're in conflict with Amalja. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for as long as she can remember anyway. There's the Garlean Empire. Nobody's quite sure what they're plotting, but they're plotting something. People drink and make merry, but underneath it all there's a worry and a lingering feeling of loss. So it's barely been 5 years since the last moon cracked open like a giant egg, so that's going to be something that we're going to have to deal with. So releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an 8th hell. So that's going to be at least for the base game, because I haven't bought any of the expansions unless they're included in with the base game at some point. So that's going to be our overarching mission for the MMO. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. It was like the end of the world had come at last. But then things begin to get foggy, so everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them 2 or 3 different versions. And you would think people would remember something like that, but the fact is they don't. Nobody does. So whatever happened when the moon cracked, it's affected people's memories. So again, that's going to be another subplot, probably. So there's one thing that the survivors agree on though: the part played by a band of adventurers who laid down the lives for the realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. These worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. I'm wondering if that's a reference to when Final Fantasy XIV first came out, because it wasn't doing too well when it first came out, and it was struggling in the first year or 2, and they completely rejigged the game. From what I've heard, they did a complete overhaul and then re-released the game. So I'm wondering if that period is what they're referring to. So I'm assuming all the characters from then would have been deleted and they would have just started again from scratch. So I'm wondering if that's what this is a reference to. And whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. And it sounds pathetic, and it's not. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. So that's why she welcomes all new arrivals into the city. All she asks is that we lend a helping hand and try and leave Ulda in a better state than we found her. If we can promise that, then she's happy to let us join the guild. So she's saying, alright, a promise is a promise. So she's counting on us to help put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a prosperous order means more business for the quicksand too. So she's making it official, and we need to write our name in the register as neat as we can. So Seren Castell. Well, that's a charming name, just rolls off the tongue. On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... So there's somebody interrupting here, saying, please be merciful, 12 as my witness, I swear to you, I'll bring you your money. So, it's a gambler, and I'm assuming he owes that character money, and he must be called 12. Skip cutscene, no. Right, so I know that the circle can cut a cutscene, or skip a cutscene I should say. So the debt collector in the east. That's a bit problematic, having them saying he comes from the east and having him look oriental. Right, so in the east it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. So it's difficult to imagine how far we've come. I mean, this game is only, what, 14 years old? And just because the characters from the east in the game world, they made them look oriental. And you wouldn't do that now. And especially with him being a moneylender or a debt collector as well. So he's just saying, be grateful you were given a fourth chance to offend. You two attend to the scum, so he's talking to his bodyguards there. So the gambler's asking for mercy. So Momodi's saying that's a sorry sight and it's not an uncommon one. And if we work hard, we won't end up like him. But if we need advice about anything, just pay Momodi a visit, but don't just go bothering her every time we just stub our toe. But she does enjoy stories of the way she's put this is gentlemen's worries with the women folk. So she's just welcoming them as to order. So telling us to take a moment to catch her breath, and she'll teach us a bit about the Fair City. So I'm assuming that it's a hexagonal shape is XP and 103 gil. Introductory game tutorial. I've not done any fighting yet though. So, alright, a full name from Modi. So, telling us to listen to the wisdom of her and then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await us. So it's not told us, not given us any so yeah, Momodi's got a quest for us. wants us to perform 3 tasks that will help us learn the fundamentals of adventuring. So of course we're going to do that because we do need to learn. So before we go off charging, or before we go charging off to find our fortune, she's a few basic tasks for us to get to know the place. So first of all, she wants us to visit the Atherite Plaza, or Atherite Plaza. To get there, head west until we reach Emerald Avenue, and then look to the north. So we should see a giant floating crystal called the Aetherite there, or Aetherite. If it weren't for the Aetherites travelling around Eorzea, would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Alright, so it's the way it's got the punctuation. If it weren't for the Aetherites travelling, yeah, right, I got it now. So if it weren't for the Aetherites travelling around Eorzea, would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. She's asking us if we were ever attuned with an Aetherite before. If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what she means. After we've done that, we need to visit the Pugilist Guild over at the Platinum Mirage, and we can train there. And finally, I need to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Tal. So that's market there, so goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. No trouble finding armor, weapons and anything else that a fledgling adventurer like myself might need. Just saying, you might say that everything's for sale here in Ulder as long as you've got the gil. Just make sure that we don't pay more than we ought. We should. There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like myself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. So she's giving us a letter, so it's kind of like a letter of introduction, I'm assuming. So when we visit the exchange, we find a gentleman called Cesaroga and give it to him, and he'll be able to tell you about the markets once he's read it. So yeah, it's kind of like in I'm not sure if it's medieval times, but definitely going into like Georgian and Victorian times, you would have had somebody would give you a letter of introduction. So they'd say, yeah, go off and see these people, I'll write you a letter saying who you are, and this is basically they're vouching for you. So visit the Atherite Plaza, the Pugilist Guild, and then the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. But before we go, a word of advice: there's more than a few unsavory characters out there that would try to take advantage of you. There are also some with honest to goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. So again, I'm going to pick up some quests in Ulder. A lot of folk are lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power, which we're not really interested in. We came here for fame, more or less. What many of them fail to realise is that instead of chasing after gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. So let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up and coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you're finished. Will you? That way I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a guild to your name. So, Moody's kind of a guild mom as well. So she's the manager, owner of the Quicksand, I should say. I was going to say Sandstone. But she's kind of a guild mom. Right, how do I get rid of that in the middle of the screen? Right, so sanctuaries. A crescent moon icon will appear to the right of your experience bar. Yeah, so the experience bar is down at the bottom underneath HP and MP. While in this special area, you'll accrue a rested bonus. The bonus will continue to grow even if you're offline. So it's basically telling you that if you're once you exit out of the game and you're going to go offline, make sure you do it in a sanctuary. Sanctuaries all experience in through battle, crafting, and gathering, while under the benefit of the rested bonus will be increased by 50%. Current rested bonus is displayed on top of your experience bar. The dark orange bar shows how much more experience can be in before the bonus fades. Right, so if you look down at the bottom, I can earn 100 XP before I lose the bonus at the minute. If the bar is blue, it indicates your bonus will carry over to the next level. And inns in cities, as well as various outposts and settlements, are classified as sanctuaries. To maximise your experience earning potential, make it a habit to always log out in one of these rest areas. So, navigation. The main menu grants quick and easy access to most of the game's main features. For example, selecting character under character opens the window containing your character's various attributes and currently equipped gear. Selecting journal under duty displays a list of current and completed quests and levy quests. Are there things called levy quests, or is that a typo and it's supposed to be level quests? If you wish to customize the game's various settings, including key binding, HUD layout and system configuration, they can all be accessed via system, and select active help to redisplay these tutorial messages. And the game progress is saved automatically, so there are no in-game save or load functions. However, to prevent data from being lost or corrupted, it is strongly recommended that you end each playing session by selecting log out or exit game from the system menu. Right, so that's the next one. Selecting map from under travel in the main menu or pressing square on the controller will bring up the area map. If a quest objective is located in that area, it will be indicated with a special icon. So if you look to the pop-up there, you'll see a green circle around the where the quest objective is. The location of quest objectives can also be confirmed selecting the objective in the duty list, which is that list below the mini-map on the right hand corner there. And just one left. So the scenario guide is a HUD element, so HUD is a head-up display that indicates the next available quest in the main scenario. It also displays the next available quest for your currently equipped job or class. Haven't got a job yet. By selecting the scenario guide, you can confirm where these quests are located on the map. So close that. So right, so yeah, so you've got a lot of people in here at the minute, so I do need to go and attune myself to the Aetherite. Which is in the city. So, if I remember for next week, I may put my camera down to the right hand corner. And I think I was just about to say, while I remember, before the voiceover started, I don't know. This might be the best corner for it. Yeah, I was going to say before the voiceover started, before I came into the city, that my plan for the minute is that my first stream of each week will be Final Fantasy XIV. My second of each week, so Wednesday, is going to be Red Dead Redemption 2 Online. And then the third one, I'll play Elden Ring. I may end up dropping Elden Ring quickly, because I've been playing Elden Ring, and I'm not sure if it's a game that I actually want to play on stream or not, but I'll play it a couple of times. But it may end up that I'll see how it goes. I may end up probably I'm going to end up dropping Elden Ring, and then if that happens, I'll see which of the games I'm preferring. I'll probably end up being Final Fantasy XIV that I'll end up playing twice a week, and I might get to the stage where I'm playing it 3 times a week, and then Red Dead Online will just be an occasional thing to do to break up playing Final Fantasy XIV. But at the minute, my plan is to go back to my roots of being a variety streamer and stream all 3. But as I say, I might very quickly drop Elden Ring. Because I've gone in and I'm playing about with it at the minute, but I'm not sure if it's a game that I actually want to play on stream or not. It's a game that I might just enjoy going in for a few hours and poking around for a little while on my own, rather than having like a direct, like, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing with it. Right, just try and work. Right, so I've got no idea what any of those symbols mean. Right, so I've got, so for my bar at the bottom there, so I'd need to press L2 to bring that up, and then I've got nothing assigned to left, right, up and down, but square is teleport, triangle is sprint, circle is auto attack, and X is return, and that's a special skill that I have. So with R2, so it's a circle. Alright. And how did I bring that? Let's jump. How did I bring that up in the first place? Well, the one that was... So I'm in my bar 1 there. Alright. So R3 goes first person. Alright, and L3 is putting me into a fighting stance. But how... Alright. Alright, so the... No. Right, I tune myself to 8th right inside the city. So... It's going to take me a long time to get used to these. Alright, so I'm just going to have to explore and see where it's taking me. Alright, I am coming up to an 8th right shard. Right, but that's not the one that I need to get to. Right, so that arrow is giving me a clue as to where I'm supposed to be going. I'll go up and see if I can follow the arrow. What were they saying? The hustling strip lies up above. No, that was just... Right, so, right, so how... Right, so it's the right stick that I need to move it through. Right, so... That's Gladiators Guild, that's Goldsmiths Guild, Miners Guild, Trader... So that's some... quests. I can't remember where she said to go to get to the Aetherite, but I'll try going up this way. This way, like down to the steps. So it'll take me a while to get used to things here. And right, so that's the Pugilist Guild across there. That's the Adventurers Guild, Smith. Ooh, that's going to be too high level for me. Right, Aetherite Plaza is there, so that's where I want to be going to. So where am I at the minute? There, right. So, I'll be going up here and then turn to the right. Alright, so that's how you just interact with it. So that's somebody shouting out to us, so they're saying, "Hail Adventurer, might you have come at the behest of Miss Mamodi of the Quicksand?" And then their name's Niniburu, or Ninburu. So, excellent. Which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil, if you please, sir. No. So he's just joking with us. So he laughs, and then I'm assuming it's a he. It could be a she or a they, but apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless, but the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into the ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you have heard of the return and teleport? All these transportation spells make direct use of the aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. Given that there is an aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune himself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about aetherites or transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your questions. So I've learned return. So I've attuned with the aetherite, and I'm now able to use the return spell. So the spell return can be used to instantly travel back to the aetherite set as your home port. Casting the spell does not require any NP, which is magic points, and that's an example right in front of me as I'm reading the explanation, and can be accessed by selecting return under travel from the main menu. The sole limitation of the spell is that it can only be cast once every 15 minutes of Earth time. So real time rather than game time. Only one home point may be set at any time. To make an aetherite your new home point, target and select the crystal to bring up the aetherite menu. Right, so I now want to head to the Pugilist Guild. And that was... no. That was around here, wasn't it? Yeah. So, I want to keep going, but go this way. So, it's Geltha I've got to talk to. Oh no, he's motivational speaking. So Geltha does not like the way you're looking at him, but will let it pass if you deliver a message for him, so I'll accept that. So he's saying, hey you, I saw you looking at me, you got something to say, huh? No? Well, I do. You know Didalata? Short, broke, never pays what he owes. So I'm assuming that's the person we saw in the quicksand. Tell him to pay up, or I swear by the 12 I'll beat him so hard that it'll feel like the second coming of Dalamud. I was going to say Dalamond, but Dalamud. If I see his face, I'll end up pounding him into a bloody pulp, like as not. So you go and tell him. Right, I've visited the Pugilist Guild. Alright, so I assume I've got to talk to the Guildmaster here. So, his name's Hamon. as 'tis a fine day to be watching my pugilist at the training. So tell him about myself. So he gasps and says, "You mean?" I'm asking him to tell me about himself. Right. So he gasps and says, "You mean to say you do not know Hamon Holy Fist, the man who once ruled the Blood Sands? Mayhap it was before your time. I used to be champion of the Colosseum, but these days I train young hopefuls as master of the Pugilist Guild. If you're interested in learning hand-to-hand combat, you're welcome to sign up. And if you're a scantily clad maiden, then you're especially welcome." Yeah, you can tell this was not a modern game. So a pugilist is an expert in hand-to-hand combat through rigorous training. They forge devastating weapons of their limbs. Having said that, fists and feet don't deal near as much damage as a blade. But what does that matter when you can add several blows for each swing of the sword? What a pugilist lacks in destructive force, they make up for in speed and cunning. Rather than trying to deal great damage with a single blow, they pummel their foes with lightning-fast combinations. If you become as good as yours truly, your combinations will be so swift and seamless, folk won't be able to tell when one technique ends and another begins. Right, so it's the guild receptionist I've got to speak to. There. Greetings and welcomes to the Pugilist Guild, sir. Their name's Gagaruna. So they're saying, I see you already walked the path of the pugilist, yet your journey has only just begun. I highly recommend you add your name to our roll, for there is no better place in all the realm to train in our discipline than here. The origins of pugilism, as we know, can be traced back to staging of bare-handed bouts at the Colosseum. These contests attracted figures of fighters from far and wide, bringing their myriad styles crashing together on the blood sands. Amidst this chaotic intermingling of styles, there rose a pugilist of singular strength and skill. This woman made it her life's mission to master every form she encountered, that she might refine her art. Among her many song-worthy exploits, we pugilists remember her participation in a gladiator tournament most fondly. Back when bare-handed fighting was still seen as a pastime for peasants, she took on fully armed and armoured gladiators, and effortlessly bested the lot of them. Word of her feat spread across the realm like wildfire, of course, and Olda swiftly transformed it into a centre of pugilism, with people flocking from all over to train under this master among masters. This woman's name was Cornelia, and it is to her that the Pugilist Guild owes its existence. The art practiced here is based on her all-encompassing style, and this training hall is modelled upon the one which she once built. And there is a brief history of our guild. I've told this tale 1,000 times, but gods, it never fails to fan the flames of my fighting spirit. Now then, should you wish to proceed with enrollment, you must first obtain the Guildmaster's approval. Let me know if you would like to meet him. And we've already met him. So are you ready to present yourself for the Guildmaster's inspection? Accept. Master Hamon is the greatest pugilist of our time. For long years, the man ruled the Blood Sands as the Holy Fist, though he has since retired in favour of training aspiring fighters. You will find him overseeing his charges yonder. Go now and show to him the fighting spirit that burns within you. Eventually, yeah, so he's saying you're here to enroll. Oh well, why didn't you say so sooner? In my capacity as Guild Master, I would be glad to give you a primer on the art of hand-to-hand combat. Doubtless you already know this, but we pugilists fight with our fists and feet. While these don't deal as much damage as a blade, it hardly matters when you can land several blows for each swing of the sword. Yeah, you already said this, so lacking destructive force will make up for in speed and cunning. Under my guidance, not only will you master striking techniques, you'll also learn to string them together to deliver an endless flurry of blows. Only through such fierce combinations can a pugilist realise their potential. Right, joining the guild. Before you do so, I must warn you that the path of the pugilist is long and arduous. Do you believe you've got what it takes to go the distance? Be honest with yourself now. You say yes. Yes, you have fighting spirit, I can see it in your eyes. I see no reason to deny you a place in these halls. Welcome to the guild. So for the first lesson, I want you to test your fletching skills against the vermin of Thanalan. Get out there and put down 3 marmots, 3 hornets and 3 shrews. Return here when the deed is done. Right, I am going to go to the markets first, though I'll complete the close to home. That's not that. So, I need to go all the way across this way. It does seem as though, as with a lot of MMOs that are based on already established titles, that it assumes a familiarity with the IP, because you had the Chocobos right at the start there that were carrying the carriage you were travelling. I've seen some Moogles going about, and it's never really explained them at the minute, but it could just be that if somebody isn't familiar with any of Final Fantasy, you'll find that there's bits of information out as we go along. Alright, so we found Cesaroga. And you are a newly come adventurer, but of course, yes, I am Cesaroga. What can I do for you? You would have me teach you the ways of the marketplace? Very wise. As for my fee, what? Do you expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an old un for a favour, you should at least try to make it worth their while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt you could afford my services, but the fact that you offer nothing is laughable. So I'm handing over the letter of introduction. Oh, Mistress Momodi instructed you to seek me out, did she? Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. Yes, this is what I was talking about with a letter of introduction. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Alder's markets have ever served as both the literal and figurative centres of Eorzean commerce. All the great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Fulbrand and Aldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Alder as their base of operations. They see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders, day and night. Anything a man could ever desire can be purchased here, provided as he has sufficient funds. And again, they're defaulting to male pronouns here. Surely there's something you seek, adventurer, a deadlier sword perhaps, or a shinier trinket. Whatever it is you want, the exchange will have it. To the north you'll find merchants peddling armour and accessories, curatives and crafting materials. And to the south you will find weapons, tools and an assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant or browse to your heart's content, but do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. That is all the complimentary aid she'll have from me, and far too much for my taste. My regards to Mamodi, now off with you. So, handing over items. So some quests will require you to deliver items. If an NPC requires an item request window will appear. Select the items from your inventory or armory chest and press hand over to complete the transaction. Right, so I want to go back to Mamodi. Right, so back this way. It's up here, isn't it? So go and see Mamodi. So she's saying, how was your tour of the city, Saran? Get lost, did you? Aye, well, Alder's a big place with lots to see and do, but wandering around aimlessly don't pay the bills. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. So when you go exploring, explore like you've got a purpose. Alright then, all that's left for you to is for you to work hard, make money, and spend it here in the quicksand. So another 400 XP. So I'm up at level 3 now. Right, so there's Didalata in here somewhere. because this is the last time we would have seen him, would have been in here. I can't see anybody called Titulata in here though. That wasn't too clear. Alright, so he's down there. Right. I might see if Melody's got a task for us. What level quest is that though? No, I'll go down and get some of these done. Wyman has got a quest for us. I think the ones with the red exclamation marks are above our level. So Wyman is asking us how we're taking to Alder. Asked if we made any new friends yet. And he's saying, well, when you have Sultana's ear one day, I hope you won't have forgotten about old Wyman. As long as you're here, I'm happy you can do me a favour and take this missive to Josias at the Platinum Mirage. It's just over yonder, and the man will give you some gil for your trouble. If only all work in the city was this easy, eh? Right, so there's Titulata. Right, so he's saying that he'll give back every gil that he owes, but he doesn't want any more beatings. So that's just using items. So some items can be used granting various effects such as instant HP restoration, attribute boosts, and more. So using an item is as simple as selecting use from the item's subcommands. All items with recast timers cannot be used again until the timer has expired. So and items you use often can be set to your hotbar for easy access. Right, so I'm now going back to deliver the unsigned envelope to Josias. Yeah, I thought I'd seen him in the Pugilist Guild. So he's asking if I have any business with the Platinum Mirage today. So I'll hand over the letter. So a missive from Wyman. Alright then, let's have a look. Bird is barren and the hounds feast. So that must be code of some sort. So, and so it goes. With this, well, you see the guild is often contracted to provide predictive services. Unfortunately for this particular practitioner, Wyman's investigation has revealed his finances to be wanting. Maybe adventurers like you don't mind working for free, but we have a business to run. I myself have 4 mouths to feed, so this bird will have to fend for himself, I'm afraid. So, I'm just going to take a quick look here. So way of the pugilist, so I've formally accepted the pugilist guild myself. So I've got to slay 3 shrews, 3 hornets and 3 marmots. Here somewhere. Alright, so tougher than leather. Jajakuta the merchant is visibly perturbed and in need of some assistance. So they're saying, tell me what brings you here, friend. Looking for a bit of work, perhaps? Some small jobs to add a light weight to the common purse of yours? Well, you're in luck. The pugilists have just placed an order with me for several of the leather gloves and harnesses they use for sparring. But the traders are cruel, for I found myself lacking the hides required. Would that I had the pelts of a few snapping shrews. What say you, friend him? Care to help a merchant down on his luck? Bring me 5 snapping shrew pelts and I can promise to make it worth your while. You can find creatures roaming central Thanalan. Right, so I do need to try and get to central Thanalan then. So, right, so I need to go up this way. So, around this way. Yeah, I'm assuming the red exclamation marks means it's above my current level. Alright, so I've got an achievement there. Right, so no. So confirms the battle. So select a target with the directional buttons and press confirm to target once to target it. Press confirm a second time to switch to active mode and ready auto attack. Approach and face the target to start the battle. 2 rotating arrows will appear over the target you are currently attacking. Various actions such as spells and weapon skills can be performed by using the cross hotbar on the bottom of your screen. The cross hotbar is only available in controller mode. If it was like mouse and keyboard, I would assume it would just be numbers or the F keys. The actions set to your cross hotbar can be initiated via the corresponding button combination, which consists of holding one of the L2 or R2 buttons and pressing one of the directional or square, circle, X, triangle buttons. When a new action is learned, it will automatically be added to your crossbar or cross hotbar. Most actions require magic points to execute, in addition to having to recast times of various lengths. So that's why you've got 10,000 MP then. Though MP slowly regenerate over time, there exist items and actions which can be used to immediately restore them. And Discipline or Disciples of Magic and Disciples of War, who specialise in ranged attacks, such as archers, are best suited to fighting their targets from a distance. The range and radius of an action can also be confirmed in the help window. And there's another one. So, achievements. Congratulations, you have just achieved your first achievement, or just received your first achievement. Achievements are earned by reaching certain milestones during your adventures in Eorzea. There are achievements for just about everything, from leveling classes and uncovering locations, to defeating enemies and earning gil. There are also rewards granted upon attaining certain achievements. Some of these include rare weapons and armor. Others include titles, which can be added to your display name to showcase your greatness. So there's a similar system in Lotro as well. You can view requirements for unlocking specific achievements or redeem achievement rewards from the achievements menu in the main menu. Yeah, because with Lotro you can add titles. Nope. Experience points. In the event multiple solo players attack the same target, the player who attacks first will always receive 100% of the experience points and items dropped. So yeah, that's just to save kill stealing. The players who follow will be rewarded based on their contribution to the battle. If you see a fellow player in need of a hand, do not hesitate to lend yours. Binding items. An item you have equipped is now bound to you and can no longer be traded or put up for sale in the markets. Most items can be sold and traded freely before they are used in battle, crafting or gathering. This is true regardless of whether or not they have been equipped. However, performing one of these three actions after equipping a new piece of gear will bind the item to you, preventing future trade or sale to other players, so NPC shops will still purchase bound items. Hornets. Now to the Hornets. These will probably be pretty easy. I mean, just because it's just teaching us the game here. Yeah, I'm not going to try and take on the giant tortoise there, but it's shrews that I need now. So hornets and marmots are aplenty. Where would there be shrews here? There. Ooh. No. So I want to do 5 of these because I've got that other quest as well, which I need 5 of. Pugilist forms. Unlike other melee classes, Pugilist weapon strikes are used to cycle 3 unique battle forms which dictate the flow of weapon skill combos. So many Pugilist weapon skills will either change your form upon execution or will require you to be in a certain form to execute. There are also weapon skills which will grant damage bonuses when executed while in certain form. So you can see Raptor form there. The 3 types of forms are as follows: Raptor, Coil, and Oppo. So is that Raptor as in kind of dinosaur, or Raptor as in like birds of prey? By successfully changing to your form from Oppo to Raptor to Coil, precisely in that order, you'll be granted an increase to attack potency, as well as other additional effects based on the weapon skills executed. Swiftly flowing from one form to the next is, as the situation demands, is key to becoming proficient in the art of the monk. Right, so that's me got everything I need. So just head back up into order. assume these are... Oh, right, so that's selling alcohol. Brass blades. So I want to be heading back to the Pugilist Guild. So I think the way that, from that, the way that the Pugilist is part of, or going forward for the main scenario quest there. So if you look up on the top left corner, it's we must rebuild, and the way of the Pugilist is just underneath that. So hand over the skins. So exceptional. These are fine shrewd pelts indeed. Well done, my friend. The Pugilist Guild is among my largest clients. So I fear that what would have come to pass had this order been delayed any longer. Take this, you've more than earned it. So 84 XP, 127 gil, and I've got 11 gems. There it looks like. So go down into the guild itself. So I must be ham on. I have to say it. Are you back, and none the worse for the exertion? Youthful vigour is a truly blessed thing. You've gotten off to a fine start. To help you on your way, I want you to have this hunting log. Within you will find the names of various creatures, opponents that you might hone your skills against. If you want to become strong, you mustn't neglect your training. Indeed, a pugilist is only as good as the number of strikes they've dealt. Get out there and let your fists fly. When the time is ripe, I'll teach you something new. There's no limit to the potential of youth. I look forward to seeing you come into your own. So the next pugilist quest will be available once I reach level 5. So complete it. So hunting log. The hunting log is a record of your completion of tasks involving the slaying of certain creatures. By completing these tasks, you will earn rewards and unlock new challenges. The log can be accessed via logs from the main menu or found in the main menu. Once the log is open, select a class and difficulty to view the available challenges for that rank. Each challenge is marked with a class name and number, such as Lancer 01. And this is kind of one that they developed in Final Fantasy 15 as well. Below that name and number you will find a target as well as how many of the target you must defeat. Hovering above or over the target's name will display one of the areas in which the target can be located. Targets indicated in your hunting log will have special icons above their display name, making it easier to locate the creatures. Yeah, so that's what those red exclamation mark, or the white exclamation mark in a red circle do mean it's above my level. So I'll go throughout the city and see if there's any. I'll look on the map. There's a quest down here. A couple of quests down this way. And a couple of quests back up this way outside Quicksand. So I'll go down to here because I think this is the market down here. So I've got a level 1 and a level 3 there. And that's a couple of level 4s here. Yes, I'll go down to these ones first. So it's off to the left. Did a lot of wanting. So they want our help to repay their debt. So they haven't got the guild to hand, but they do have a ring. They're sure it will fetch a high price. It was dear to their dear departed mum's wedding ring. I show it to my main over at the ossuary, and I'll get the coin. Don't really feel good about taking the wedding ring of their mum. Right, so we found my main. So, greetings, adventurer. What brings you to Arzeneth Ossuary? You wish to sell this heirloom on behalf of a Didylata. Very well. It is most unfortunate when such drastic means must be taken, and doubly so when the item in question is a fake, and such a gaudy, poorly wrought one. Also, you do know that our appraisals are not free. Normally this fee is subtracted from the agreed value. Alas, considering the negligible value of this ring, I'm afraid you would still owe us. However, since this is a rather unusual circumstance, we shall waive the fee this once. No need to concern yourself with the bauble. I will personally see to its disposal. So get slept abroad here. So that sometimes happens with MMOs with when you get some requests. So the potion restores up to 32% of HP, so 160 points max. And ether, so a small amount of MP, so I'll get the HP one. So speak to Erasmus here. So Erasmus of the Thaumaturgist Guild is preoccupied with his studies, but his brow is furrowed in a way that cries out for help. So Erasmus is speaking to us now. So, I am Erasmus of the Order of Nauthdal. I am charged with studying the anatomy of this region's fauna and environs in which they dwell. For the dark art of our order is death itself, and power over death can only come through knowledge of life. So one day I shall publish my findings in a single comprehensive volume, The Many Breaths of Thanalan, but there is much work to be done before that day. Aid me, brother, bring me 5 bottles of marmot blood, and perhaps I shall name you in a footnote. So marmots are hardy creatures that thrive nigh everywhere. You will most certainly find them just outside the city in the western Thanalan, by the way of the Gate of Sultana. We've already been there. Do take care, they can be feisty little creatures when threatened. So, need to collect marmot blood. Ooh, and so next request here. So, Hihito has had enough of her husband's poor work ethic, needs someone to whip him into shape. How can the ossuary demand such exorbitant contributions every single moon? It's outrageous, I tell you. Don't they understand that a woman has needs? How do they expect me to pay for rouge and silk dresses and feed my marmot? If only I'd had the foresight to marry a more ambitious man. This is all his fault. If he just worked harder and showed some initiative, surely he would be rewarded, maybe even promoted. If things don't improve, it won't be long before I join the beggars in Pearl Lane. Save me from this cruel fate, I beg you. Speak with my husband, Bobonima, and find some way to motivate him. You should find him at the Colosseum entrance, wearing one of those ridiculous outfits. Go and get the marmots, I think it is. Again, just getting a drink here. Oh, I got another achievement there. Didn't see what it was though. Oh, is this where I came in? No, I can go, sir. Collect a marmot, but blood. So I'm up to level 5. Right, so that's me got the 5. Go up to the right here. Yeah, because this is taking me back to Erasmus at the Thaumaturgist Guild. So he's saying, the blood, have you bought it? So I just hand it over. Yes, this shall serve nicely. By virtue of your toil, I am one step closer to publishing the many breaths of Thanaland, thank you. Take this as recompense, go now, and may the trader smile upon you. So I can get a leather eye patch, a hempen hat, or elegant tin piece. So the tin piece is currently minted in the 3rd Astral Era by the Elegant Empire, so it's exchangeable for gil. So it sells for 25 gil. So I've got the hempen hat, so it's intelligence +1. So condition is 100%, spirit bond 0%, repair level weaver level 1, materials is grade 1 dark matter, quick repairs 0, extractable wide, projectable wide, synthesizable 5, shop selling price 113, whatever that sign is. That might be if you got in-game currency for buying stuff at the market, but you personally. So, oh, we've got an eye patch. So it's defense wouldn't put up anything. So its bonuses is strength +1 and dex +1, so I might get that then. So armory chest. Since the armory system in Final Fantasy XIV allows you to change your class or job by simply changing the weapon or tool in your main hand, it is recommended you always have several sets of gear on hand. Alright, so you can just be a bard or a fighter or a monk or a spellcaster. However, gear can take up a tremendous amount of space in one's inventory, which is why all adventurers carry an armory chest. All gear purchased, crafted or found is automatically stored in this chest, leaving your inventory free to fill with other items such as potions, crafting materials and food. Gear in your armory chest is categorized and sorted by type, and can be equipped or discarded directly from the chest interface. The armory chest can be accessed at any time by selecting character from the main menu followed by armory chest. But where is my main menu? Because I'd like to equip the eye patch. But there, right, armory chest. I don't know whether I equip that or not. So, weather Torah, so, yeah, right, so I'm wearing it now. Where am I in relation to them? Ah, that's where I am. I'm just coming up. So the next right, there they are. So this is the Colosseum then. Yes, I'm Bobanima. Congratulations, you found the world's worst husband. That is if you believe my wife. She never cooks, she never cleans, she just gallivants around spending my hard-earned money. Now I see she's speaking ill of me to strangers. Well, if your hell's bent on meddling in my affairs, you can assist me by taking some of these Franz the Fair flyers and posting them on the walls inside the Colosseum. I've got a long day ahead of me standing out here, so I won't be getting to it anytime soon. When you've finished, go and tell Walken the Gladiators Guild. It should give you something for your troubles. Right, so key items. Key items can be used by target or on targets by first selecting the target and then selecting the appropriate icon from the key items and choosing use. So I did wonder how it would tell you where they were to be put up. Now we're going to see the guy across here. It's right. No, it's the person. There, Walken. So, you're helping Bobanima. Well, ain't that charitable of you? Franz has gone pretty popular of late, and his fans keep stealing these flyers and taking them home as souvenirs. So you've met Bobanima's wife? Now I understand. Sorry to hear you got caught up in that. If you ask me, they're made for one another. Not that it's my place to judge, mind. Any road, we appreciate your help. So... pick the best. So that's a Riku. So another level 1 quest. Zazariku needs an adventure to become an order from the Goldsmiths Guild. Have you come to wish me luck? I appreciate the thought, but there's no need to worry. You don't know who I am? The next biggest thing that's coming to the Colosseum. Zazariku is my name, and you'll be hearing all about my exploits in the coming days. I've even thought of a title for myself, the Garnet Gladiator. Which reminds me, I have yet to collect the circlet I commissioned from the Goldsmiths Guild. You wouldn't mind picking it up for me, would you? Right, let's talk to Genevieve here. What have you done? Your kind has no business to even look at a lady such as I. Such shocking, unbelievable insolence, and now look at how many gil are scattered across the ground. Pick it up right this instant. So, interacting. On some quests you'll have encounter objects with which you can interact simply by approaching and then selecting. My gil now, and there had better be nothing missing. This appears to be everything. What are you still staring at? Are you expecting some kind of reward? The insolence. So achievement wanted storyteller 1. So alright, Walken is the other one here. So level 3, so he is muttering frantically to himself about the infestation of ladybugs in the region. So he's wanting to go and find out the ladybugs. Alright, while that's loading in, I'll get a drink. Right, so go out and get these ladybugs. So that's four ladybugs I need to get. I'm glad it's an auto attack that they've got. Off to the right here, isn't it? Or was it through here first? Yeah, it was through here first. Was it? Or have I just gone back? I'll see once I get through. Alright. Yeah, I was correct. So, I admit you look as though you just picked up a sword yesterday, but you handled yourself well enough. I'll give you that. And I'll give you this as well. Ain't worth a night in Alder's finest pillar house, but I'm sure you'll find a use for it, so... Right, so for that I can either get fingerless leather gloves, leather light mitts, so I'll get the leather gloves, was. So they're better than what I had. Right, is that an arms mender? So I don't have any items that can be repaired. So I want to get to the Goldsmith Guild, don't I? It's the Pugilist Guild. That's the Smith. Right, so how do I know where the Goldsmith's Guild is? Where does it tell me? So that's the hunt board, that's Hall of Flames. Right, Pugilist. So I assume I need to go into steps and the steps of Thal to get to the Goldsmith Guild. Right, so just follow this, then it's off to the left. That way, so I have to go all the way around, it looks like. Might try going down this way, just off to the right here. No, that's just taking me into a building. That's taking me down to the Pugilist Guild. So hopefully I'll be able to get in this way. this way. My skilled. So, Jaina, Jemine. Let's hand over. So, Zazariku's circlet, just a moment. This is embarrassing. I'm afraid the crafting circlet Zazariku's exact specifications has proven somewhat difficult. We ran out of garnets halfway through our work, and we're still waiting on our next shipment. I hate to impose, but would you explain the situation to the Crooked Haft at the Miners Guild? My records indicate that he was supposed to deliver the gemstones yesterday. Maybe it slipped his mind. So, I now have to go to the Crooked Haft, which is where? Right, so it's up this way. Turn to the right. Keep going down. The Miners Guild's in here. Right, so that's in there. I've a mind to drain the pipe, so hurry up and speak your business. She wants how many garnets? 7 hells, man. They don't grow on trees. But more than that, this lad that fancies himself the next fancy fair or two, worry less about style and more about swordplay. I'll do my part to ensure the little person gets bedecked in all the goddamn garnets he can afford. And if he dies in his first fight, well, at least he'll leave a pretty corpse. So that's it completed. So I really want to go back to the Pugilist Guild. But as I'm here, let's see what Bit of Snow wants. So, Bit of Snow's eyes are those of a man in love, wrought with worry and doubt. He appears to be waiting for someone who has yet to arrive. So, what could be keeping her, my beloved Yellow Moon? And I promised to meet at this very spot, but 2 bells have passed, and I haven't heard from her. I hope she's alright. As much as I wish to go off and find her, I simply cannot. What if she were to come in my absence? Please, would you search for her in my stead? It's possible she's somewhere near the Weavers Guild. She always enjoyed watching the... Do you think she left me for someone more dapper? I try not to look like a bumpkin, but I've no mind for the fashion. So, she's just down here then. Oh no, this is what the one that I've completed is back up this way. Alright, so she's near the Weavers Guild somewhere, so she could be in here. There's Yellow Mane. Just look at me, this hair, this outfit, they don't match at all. I look atrocious. What was I thinking? I can't let Bit of Snow see me like this. Maybe that last tunic was best after all. Or perhaps the blue. business notice waiting for me, but I haven't anything to wear. So, Athelwine appears vexed by his work at the Weavers Guild and is in need of a helping hand. Something in a cream, or whatever shall I do? This dress, just can't seem to finish it. The design is flawless, absolutely flawless, of that I have no doubt, but I simply cannot settle on a colour for the life of me. How would you like to conduct a bit of field research? I want to know what colour the ladies of Order are wearing these days, especially on the Hastings strip. When you finish, please call on Lico at the Alchemist Guild. The woman is a wizard with dyes. Have her cook up whatever colour you find is most popular. So Juliana of the Weavers Guild finds herself at a trouble loss for manpower. If it is work you seek, the Weavers Guild welcomes you. Indeed, your timing is impeccable. A soiree is to be held with all of the orders elite in attendance. Once the invites went out, the orders came in, and that with a fury. Every lord and lady from Cape Deadwind to the Cinderfoot is demanding the latest fineries. I need hands, and I need them now, yet I cannot spare the time to go off in search of them. Would you care to aid us? Ask no more than you welcome to our doors any willing souls you may find. Come, let's see how you fare. Show me your warmest welcome. So, emotes. When words are just not enough, emotes can be used to express your feelings towards a person or situation. First, highlight a target if necessary, then select social from the main menu and then emotes. Finally, select the desired emote from the list. In this case, select welcome after targeting Juliana to complete the quest objectives. So, how do I select it? So how do I get to emotes then? Right, so, welcome. Excellent. I dare say I would work for you myself. Now hurry off, we need these people. Even work. Took a look at me, friend. I'm a bloody guard and I'm on duty now. Let's move along now. I appreciate the offer, but must refuse. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stitching and whatnot. So the Weavers need help, do they? Sorry friend, I'm all set for coin. don't respond then. Why any colour is perfectly fine for a dress, you silly thing, as long as it comes off easily at the end of the night. Right, so these are different quest lines. The most popular colour of late, well, all colours have their merits, of course, but if pressed, I'd have to say red. Work at Weaver's Guild. I'd be lying if I said I weren't interested to whom I might go to inquire further. The Weavers are recruiting, finally made a chance to become a famous designer. Go and see Juliana again. You've returned, well, how did you fare? 2 potential recruits? Welcome news. I only hope their zeal for fashion will show in their efforts for the guild. What we do here may seem all silk and satin, to be sure, but the work within these halls is far from easy, and that, I suppose, our trade is not like any other. I'm glad it's not all fighting quests. Right, so go up to the Hastings Strip. What colours and fashion? Just back from Gridania, they're saying green. So there's probably going to be 6 different answers here. Best colour for a dress, go black. Yellow, what fairer colour than in the name of the first maiden, Yellow Moon. There's never a short of white dresses of olden ladies. Surely it's the most comfortable colour to wear. I've always had a thing for a motley of red and green overlaid with stripes of purple and dark brown. So this is remote. Red, ever and always. So, does seem to be red is the most popular. You're here on behalf of the Weavers Guild, are you not? Yes, Aethelwine said you'd be along. What colour is it to be then? It seems that you have 2 votes for red, 1 vote each for green, yellow, white and black, 1 abstaining, and 1 vote for a motley of red and green overlaid with stripes of purple and dark brown. By no means a resounding victory, but I suppose red it shall be. I have some catalysts I've been saving for such an occasion. Mark my words, I am going to conduct the most vibrant red order as ever seen. I've noticed that some people are saying older and some are saying old Dan. I'm sure. Alchemy may look arcane and esoteric to the uninitiated, but it is grounded in naught but science and experimentation. Indeed, I dare say, it does more to advance culture and civilization than nigh on any other discipline. Elwyn has need of an adventure to help him test a revolutionary new medicine. Yes, at last my work is complete. Mark my words, this formula will revolutionize alchemy as we know it. With just a sip of this tonic, even raging fevers will be instantly extinguished. But I must test it, adventure, while I produce more. I bid you take this patch to Pearl Lane, to a man named Landabert. He is trusted by the other refugees. Persuade Landabert to give my tonic to his people. I require nothing in exchange. After all, if it is truly effective, it will be a tremendous boon to the advancements of the alchemic arts and mankind at large. Up. No. If I go right here. Right here. So they're saying they're not fools and they know full well what Elwyn is up to, but they'll accept his medicine nonetheless. They can't be choosers. Might be as it's a mere experiment to him, but to us it's a matter of life and death. If you've got a choice between his will and nothing at all, is it really a choice? So Landabert wishes to offer you a smoke token of his gratitude. So if you come here by choice and if you're still bearing medicine, your kindness shouldn't go unrewarded. The vase is important to us, but I want you to have it. It's just some old pottery, I know, but it might be valued by collectors of cultural artifacts. There are men who are willing to pay good coin for such objects. If you go to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, chances are you'll find one of them. Right, so I really want to get back to the guild. Right, so... St. God, welcome, welcome. What might be a discerning gentleman like yourself be looking for today? So I'll hand over the vase. So permit me to examine this vase of yours. I hope you did not spend too much coin on this trash. A flood of like items brought in by refugees has destroyed what demand once existed. The markets are fickle, my friend. If you lose sight of current trends, you stand to lose everything, as I once did. Market wards once bore my name until fate and hubris reduced me to this. For your sake, I pray that you do not have to learn this lesson the same way I did. Right. So maybe now I can head back up to the Pugilist Guild. It's Goldsmiths Guild, Gladiators Guild. Alright, I need to go back to the steps of Naden, back up this way, don't I? Where am I at the minute? So I'm going the opposite way. I think it's more or less right back round. So get up to the Pugilist Guild, get that quest, and then if I can do the quest before 8 o'clock in the next 10 minutes or so, I'll do it. If I can't, I'll head back to the quicksand and rest in the quicksand. So this is the Chocobo Keeper. So, Mimigan, if you came looking to hire a Chocobo Porter, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Our birds are very fickle creatures and tend to become agitated around those with a certain lack of demeanour. Return once you've proven you can handle yourself, and I will personally see that you are assigned our best bird. So I've got to get to level 10 before I can hire a Chocobo Porter. So there's a couple in here that Boltov finds himself at a loss after realising the package he carries is not his own. Says, pray let me catch my breath. I went all the way to Scorpion Crossing for a package, but only just now realised I've returned with the wrong one. The way back is so far. I simply can't. Would you make the trip back in my stead? I'm sure the Pulsar Scorpion Crossing is missing this package. I haven't the breath left to tell you either way. Go and see Mamishu. So Kikazani is shirking duty and could do with a wake-up call. Where am I? Who are you? And more importantly, where'd she go? Did my shift start already? The hell with it, I'm bleeding exhausted anyway. Mind taking this to Giganisu at the dispatch yard outside the city? He'll probably give you something for the trouble. So, Mamodi. No idea if Quicksand wants to introduce you to certain someone at the Order Dispatch Yard. Well, youngling, how are you finding our fine Order then? Got your bearings about you yet? If so, mayhap it's time you ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of Order are one thing, but the wilds of Thanalan are another altogether. I know a bloke you might fancy speaking to, and he you. Name of Papashan. You'll find him over at the Order District Yard, or Dispatch Yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. The Dispatch Yard's over in central Thanalan. Just head out the door across the hall and you'll see the Gate of Nod staring right back at you. Pass through it and head to the east. You'll come upon it before too long. There's dangers beyond the wall though. More than I'd care to count. Nothing too terrible, mind you, but feisty enough to attack if you draw near. Don't say nobody cared enough to warn you. But I do want to get to the guild first before I go. So it's older. I thought some of them were saying Old Dan, but it must have just been me reading it wrong. I've gone the wrong way again. Yeah, I can see elements of 12 in here as well, just with the way that they've got the loading screens in between the areas of the city. Alright, so I want to go up completely, then to the left. Guild. Alright, so yeah, because this is the next we must rebuild the current main scenario quest. So Guildmaster Hamon wishes you to learn the basics of combinations. You've been training hard, I can tell by the lightness of your steps and the strength of your fists. I reckon you're ready for the next lesson. But before we begin, some warming up's in order. For this I've scattered some guilt across Order. I want you to run around the city and pick it all up. That's my money that's lying out there. I want you to go about it like this Anamarja war band on your heels. In other words, I want you to sprint. Of course you can't go on sprinting indefinitely, your body needs to rest. This may sound elementary, but I'm telling you this to demonstrate a point. As a pugilist, it's essential that you learn to pace yourself in a fight, else you're liable to get worn out, and when that happens, the fight's as good as over, and you'd be sorry if you had a bet on yourself. It's like with the other quest that it'll just be things that I can interact with on the ground. Right. I am going to call it there for the night. And I will raid into somebody. No, I don't. I will see if there's anybody playing Final Fantasy 14 on. So if you just give me a sec here. There we go. Oh, come on, computer. There we go. Hopefully that's their full name. Right, so I'm taking in somebody that's playing Final Fantasy 14. So that if they look as though they are a VTuber or possibly a PNG tuber. So I'll raid in there now, and hopefully I've got the name right.